Brussels agreed on Monday to freeze its project for a European digital tax, much criticized by the United States, so as not to jeopardize the historic agreement on the taxation of multinationals which should be concluded in October. Negotiations on a fiscal big bang that should put an end to tax havens and lead the largest companies, including digital ones, to pay a fairer share of tax, are underway at the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD. They received political support from G20 countries on Saturday. The success of this process will require a final push from all parties, and the Commission is committed to focusing on this effort. This is why we have decided to pause our work on a digital tax proposal, said a Commission spokesperson. The EU's digital tax bill, due to be presented in July, was supposed to be one of the new resources planned to fund its €750 billion, $1.1 trillion stimulus package. It drew American criticism. Washington considers this project discriminatory for its technology champions like Amazon, Google or Facebook. The Secretary of the Treasury, Janet Yellen, present Monday in Brussels for a meeting with the European finance ministers, Eurogroup, had called on Sunday the EU to reconsider it. For several weeks, the United States had been waging a discreet campaign with several member countries, including Germany, to obtain a suspension of the project. Although it has not yet been made public, the European Commission had nevertheless repeatedly stressed that it would comply with the OECD agreements and that it did not target the American giants, but would affect thousands of companies, including European ones. But Brussels feared that American hostility to the project would end up undermining the reform underway at the OECD, which will still have to receive the approval of the American Congress. It is clear that for us this is the top priority, and that is why we have decided to freeze our digital tax proposal and to work with Secretary Yellen to make this agreement possible, the Commissioner explained on Monday evening. European Economics, Paolo Gentiloni. The G20 finance ministers approved this reform on Saturday, deemed revolutionary. It plans to introduce a world tax of at least 15% on the profits of the largest international firms and to distribute the rights to tax these companies more equitably. The details of this reform must still be negotiated until October within the framework of the OECD for implementation from 2023. Saturday's agreement calls on countries to agree to dismantle existing digital taxes that the United States considers discriminatory and to refrain from instituting similar measures in the future. Mr.Me Yellen Sunday. It is therefore up to the European Commission and the members of the European Union to decide on the way forward, she said. The suspension of the EU tax bill has been welcomed by the ICC, a lobby of tech giants that includes Amazon, Facebook, Google, Twitter and Uber. It is positive that the European Commission is giving priority to a global tax reform rather than a unilateral digital tax which risks derailing international efforts, said Christian Borgreen, Vice President and head of the Brussels branch of the CCIA.